Hey guys, and welcome to You Can Quote Me on That. I know it's been a little bit since you and I have seen each other, and I want to thank you all for your supportive thoughts and all the beautiful energy that you sent my way. I believe that we have a creator of the universe who listens, and so I thank all of you who were calling heaven for me. Today's quote is by one of the people that I admire more than anyone in the history of time. And so let's get into it. Today's quote says, "I have found the paradox that if you love until it hurts, there can be no more hurt, only more love." Again, today's quote says, "I have found the paradox that if you love until it hurts, there can be no more hurt, only more love." That quote is by Mother Teresa. And the reason I'm sharing it today is because it's honestly what I think would serve the human race. More love. And I know that's easier said than done. I know it is hard to love when you have had your trust betrayed because you have trust issues, and it's hard to take people at their word and to not be looking for every reason to discount them. But do it anyway. Trust them anyway. I know that, we are very, very proud of all of our accomplishments. We like building, and we like seeing things in our name. And so we come to these relationships with a his and a hers business, a his and a hers account, and his and a hers things and properties and what have you. But unless we can learn to merge and grow together, I just don't think that we are doing life as best as we can unless we can learn to support each other and build one another together as a unit. And I know that's scary because your his and hers is very protective, puts you in a place where you're not as vulnerable. Do it anyway. I know it can be hard to love because, maybe that person reminds you of some traits that you saw in another person, right? And so, no, you can't trust that person. Well, that person is not the person from your past. And why in the world should they be punished for or have to suffer for something they had zero part in? And so I just feel like until that person gives you a reason to not believe in them, to not trust them, then please take them as you find them and love them until they prove themselves unworthy. And again, I know that's tough, but love them anyway. Because what happens is once you love until it hurts, and you've already given all of that, you've come to where you know your full capacity for love. There's nothing more that you have to give other than love. There can be no more hurt, only more love. I love the story of creation, and in that story, some really beautiful things are illustrated. The way that God created the birds of the air, and he looked at them and he saw them and he said, "It is good." And the way that he created night and day, and he looked at the way that he organized that and he was like, "I did good. It is good." And then the way that he created the animals of the field, and he looked at them and he said, "It is good." Yeah, he was very proud of himself, as he should be. He's God. The only place ever in the story of creation where God saw something that he did and said, "I could have done this differently. I must do this differently," is when he had to look at man alone. He literally said, "It is not good for man to be alone." It is not the design of the universe that you and I pretend to be islands to ourselves. It is not God's plan that we pretend that we can go it alone. We thrive best. We grow best. We succeed best in unity and community. It's the way we were created. And, if I can give you one more illustration of that perfect love. Have you ever come home to see your niece or your nephew at your sister or your brother's? Or have you come home from work to see your child? And have you noticed how no matter what has happened the day before, the week before, the month before, the year before, their love for you resets every single time they see you? All they want to do is love you and to get your love. And that is the most pure thing ever. Love. It's the most powerful thing ever. And if we can just live into it fully, live into the power of love, I believe that is where we are going to find our best lives. I believe that is where we are going to find our best outcomes. I believe that is where we build best. I want to thank all of you who took the journey up to Election Day with me. We made it. We got through it. And, I just reflect on something that Marilyn Monroe said that I shared with you earlier, and you can quote me on that. Marilyn Monroe said the beauty in the fact that sometimes things fall apart because better things are meant to fall together. Marilyn said sometimes good things fall apart, so even better things can fall together. America, a lot of things got shifted. Not just this last year. For a long time, there has been a push to make America everything that it could be, a non-racist, non-sexist, democratic nation. And now that we are past the election, let us begin again. And let us build in unity. Let's make America everything it always should have been. And let us never forget, love must win. Until next time, thank you for joining me.